I'm pleased. It was a good process. Everybody worked hard on it. Everybody asked a lot of good questions, did a lot of good research, and I think the process worked. So I'm very pleased with the outcome of the budget. I think it's a workable budget. There's not a lot of it's very thin. Okay, I mean, if you look at it that way, there's not a lot of fluff in that budget. I think it's things that we need to do to keep the city operating, and especially now that we've put a little more money in there for roads, on that line, and with the help that we're going to get from the CHIPS funds, which is about $40,000, that's going to enable us to do a lot more and answer a lot of these complaints that I've been getting. And I've been riding around the city checking out these things, and our roads are in bad shape, and I think it's going to help us out.
I'm comfortable with the budget. I think it was a great process. All the aldermen they were able to weigh in on certain issues that they saw. I think that it doesn't address every single need that we were presented with throughout the department heads' proposals, but we certainly captured a substantial amount of them. Through the bonding process as well. Obviously, we can't bond or budget for everything. We just, obviously can't just afford that. But I think we're on a good track. I think a lot of the aldermen were able to weigh in. We had a really good process and work sessions with the mayor as well as Fred Sheridan, some of the department heads. So I think all in all that the process went very well for Mayor Alio's first term. I think we as a council all banded together and brainstormed all together and came up with a good plan. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep the taxes at zero just because of the New York weather, but we did the best we could to keep it as low as we possibly could.
Mayor, what do you have to say about the 1.48 increase with property taxes?
I think we're within, like I say, we're within what's allowable. We did not exceed that. No vote was taken to exceed that. And I know the public is concerned for that, but quite frankly, I've only get one complaint on it, but I got a lot of good positive comments on it. I was out walking today on North Union Street, and several people said that they agree with it. They want to see the streets fixed. They want to, see the services here. So I think it's, we had a public hearing on the water rates. Nobody spoke at that. And I know we'll get a lot of people will be calling in now or calling their aldermen and stuff, but I think it was necessary and it was the right thing to do.
Unfortunately, water and sewer rates are always going to be an issue with the city. We have aging infrastructure. We know of problem areas. This year alone, with the harsh winter that we had a dozen, if not more, water main breaks. These are stuff that, it's going to happen, but we have aging infrastructure. We're trying to address that. We certainly don't fund, the appropriate amount every single year, but we do the best that we possibly can to do so. North Union Street project will be a huge bonus and positive for us that we're able to get a lot of that paid for by the federal grant. With that being said, that allows us to take money that we normally would have spent on North Union Street and allocate it to other areas of the city. Our historic districts and things like that have a major problem with water and sewer lines.
One of our goals is to get our code enforcement more proactive and get out there and clean up our neighborhoods. That's a goal of mine. It's also been a goal of the last several administrations, and we got to get that done. And to do it, I said before, we have to give codes the tools to work with. So if we can have a secretary up there that's going to be answering and doing a lot of paperwork, that gets our code officers out there doing more inspections, writing more violations, and hopefully we can clean up our neighborhoods a little bit.